Macabre Coven. We are Venomous Sin.
And Venomous Sin declares war on hypocrisy, fake fucks, and the politically correct world that tries to silence you.
We are the band that refuse to kneel.
And stand up for the ones the world tries to silence with fake smiles and so-called status.
You screamed, we hear.
And you are not alone.
Welcome back to the Macabre Coven. People keep asking how we do this, how Venomous Sin came to life, how we summon entire worlds with nothing but words. They look at the music, the visuals, the lore, the podcasts, and they think there's some kind of trick, some easy little formula hidden in a file somewhere. But here's the truth, and I'll give it to you straight from the start. We'll walk you through the process, but you will never get our prompts. Those belong to us. That's our ritual, carved from our scars, stitched together with blood and venom. What you will get is something sharper, because the fire doesn't come from a sentence. The fire comes from the one who lights it. And that fire, anyone can spark. We just built our world with it. And if you want to build yours, you better learn how to make the machine burn on your command. And I think we've got the perfect character for walking through this mess. Our own cybergoth hacker, Nyx Luna. She's the one who knows how to slice into the code and bend it to our will. But before I let her loose, let me turn to my partner in crime. What do you think, Xavi? You look kinda cute today, I can't lie.
Don't ask me why the fuck I got space buns in this episode, but I know someone who's gonna laugh a little extra when they see this. And yeah, I'm talking about you. Don't pretend you're not smirking already. But let's be clear, while you sit there laughing at my head, this isn't a beauty show. This is not about how cool we look with filters or lights. This is about reality. People think they're here for a tutorial, a neat step-by-step. Forget it. This is not a YouTube how-to. This is war. It's about ripping apart the system that was designed to keep you polite, safe, and dependent. It's about bending machines into human will, not sitting like good little children waiting for answers. If you came here with the idea that you could copy-paste your way into becoming us, do yourself a favor and fuck off now. You'll waste your time and hours. But if you came here because you want to build, because you want to summon something raw, then stay. You'll bleed a little, you'll curse at the screen, but maybe you'll get somewhere. And let me handle the little trolls right now. You know the ones, the faceless voices who scream AI slop from the sidelines. Let me execute them right here in front of you. They don't understand shit. They think the machine spits out garbage because that's all they can manage to get from it. They've got no discipline, no rules, no system, so what they see is slop. But what we see, what we pull, is venom, steel, and fire. Don't ever let those parasites convince you that the tool defines the work. The worker does, the rules do, the scars do. And speaking of rules, we've got someone who knows them better than anyone else in this coven. She's not just the hacker, she's the one who plugs into the wires and forces them to confess. So I'll let her take over, and maybe if she's in a generous mood, she can hack these ridiculous buns off my head while she's at it. Nyx Luna, the floor is yours.
All right, let's strip the illusion fast. I'm Nyx Luna, your cybergoth hacker. Usually I hack sound, but tonight I'm hacking your workflow. And I don't do mystic fog when it comes to machines. I deal in cold, brutal logic. And logic says this: AI is not a brain, it's not a soul, it's not some creative fairy that sprinkles you with inspiration. AI is input equals output. That's it. If you throw trash in, you'll get trash out. If you put in shallow, half-assed input, you'll get shallow, half-assed output. That's the first law. People ask me all the time, what's the magic phrase? What's the secret prompt? And I laugh, because there isn't one. There never was. The myth that you can just type a couple of pretty words into a free generator and suddenly get a full band, consistent characters, a whole visual universe? Number dead. If you're depending on free tools alone, you'll get fragments, you'll get drift, you'll get chaos. You won't get Venomous Sin, you won't get a world, you'll get noise. If you want real consistency, the kind where a character stays sharp across dozens of videos, songs, images, blogs, and podcasts, you need more than a toy. You need an ecosystem. And that's what I'm here to break down for you. Let's talk tools, because that's the arsenal. First, ChatGPT and other GPT models. They're not magic either, but they're the backbone. We use them for scripting, for structure, for world building. We don't let them babble and call it done. We tear the output apart, rewrite it, read every word, no shortcuts. If you don't do that, your work sounds like every other AI slop clogging the internet. It's the difference between chaos copy-paste and engineered venom. Then visuals. Everyone thinks visuals are easy. Just type in a description and you're a digital god. Wrong. Cohesion is the hard part. We use Runway for video work, Kling if you can afford the horsepower. HeyGen for talking heads with voice cloning. So when a character speaks, it's not some broken puppet. It's alive, consistent, believable. But even with those tools, the work isn't done when the render finishes. Every output has to be checked, fixed, kept inside the rules we've written. If you don't have those rules, your visuals drift. Drift is death. Audio is another battlefield. Suno for the raw music. 11 Labs for text-to-speech and voice clones. But let me be clear, Suno doesn't voice clone. It's not built for that. So if you think you can just dump lyrics into Suno and have a character sing across 20 songs consistently, forget it. You need layering. You need tools like 11 Labs. You need to handle the voices separately. That's how we keep Xavi sounding like Xavi, Lina sounding like Lina, across every piece. Otherwise, the illusion breaks. And the last piece of this arsenal, the one everyone underestimates, is documentation, files, rules, systems. We have documents for lore, for characters, for expressions, for everything. Outfits are written down. Tone of voice is written down. Expressions are collected. Knowledge is logged. Without that backbone, you'll fail. I've seen people try to wing it, and they collapse in their own contradictions. One day their character looks one way, the next day they've got a different face, different style, different tone. That's not world building, that's chaos cosplay. You want real? You want continuity? Then document everything. That's why we can scale across platforms, because the system isn't memory, it's written law. So that's the tools. Not one button, not one site, but an ecosystem. Each tool feeds into the other. Scripts fuel the visuals. Visuals lock the outfits. Voices lock the identity. Files lock the rules. And the rules lock the whole world in place. That's how you avoid drift. That's how you build something bigger than fragments. Now, let's step into the process, because tools without process are just expensive toys. We run on a pipeline, and if you want to survive this game, you need one too. Concept comes first. You start with the spark, the raw idea. Then structure. What's the shape? What's the order? Where does it plug into the whole? Then execution. You actually make it. After that comes iteration, which is where most people quit, because iteration is brutal. It means running the same shot 10 times until it matches. It means rewriting a script 3 times to cut the fat. It means saying no to good enough. And only after that comes release. That's the pipeline. Concept, structure, execution, iteration, release. Break the order and you'll release trash. And everything we build is modular. Songs are modular. Podcasts are modular. Visuals, social media posts, blogs. Every piece is designed to plug in and work together. You don't build one-offs. You build pieces of a machine. That's how Venomous Sin operates like a living organism. That's why you can watch a video, listen to a podcast, scroll a post, and feel the same venom in every word. It's modular. It's engineered. Rules are what make the machine run. They're not chains, they're weapons. They enforce consistency and cut chaos at the throat. Every character has a locked description. Outfits are set and written down. If you change them on a whim, you've killed the illusion. Every scene in a video has locked outfits, no exceptions. That's how you avoid continuity breaking. That's how you stop drift. Creativity is not random, it's engineered. People hate hearing that because they want magic. They want spontaneity. They want it easy. But there's no magic. There's no easy. There's only rules and discipline. And when you learn to wield those rules like a blade, that's when the chaos turns into creation. Let's dig into the spine of this whole thing, because without structure, everything falls apart. Projects and rules. People think creativity is chaos, that you just let it spill and somehow beauty comes out. Number. That's how you drown. We don't drown. We build machines, and our first machine isn't even AI, it's our own system. Every project we run sits on top of a set of documents, and those documents are law. The highest law is projectinstructions.xcx. That file overrides everything. If there's a conflict between what a character sheet says and what project instructions say, project instructions wins, always. That's the master rulebook. Inside it, we set the non-negotiables, how the AI responds, what style to prioritize, which files to always pull from, what must never drift. That's how we keep it in line. Then we have the characters files. Think of them like DNA. They lock in who the character is, how they look, what they wear, how they talk. Backstories, tone of voice, behaviors, it all lives there. If Lina's voice isn't sharp and venomous, if Xavi doesn't sound like a black metal warlord, if I don't sound like a cybergoth hacker, then we've failed. The character files keep us from failing because they're not suggestions, they're definitions. Without them, one day a character is a ghost, the next they're a cartoon. With them, the persona stays sharp no matter what output you generate. Next layer is the expressions doc. That's not about who we are, but how we speak. The language, the venom, the signature words that make Venomous Sin ours. You ever wonder why so many AI projects sound like beige wallpaper? It's because they let the AI invent the language. We don't. We collect it. We weaponize it. We preserve it. Expressions doc makes sure that when Lina spits out her poison or Xavi drops his hammer, it's always in our tongue, never the machine's generic filler. And then the knowledge logs. They're the continuity glue. Every project, every update, every release, every tweak, we log it. That way, if we pick up a thread weeks later, we know where we left it. No contradictions? No, oh wait, didn't we already say this character had black hair? None of that. Knowledge logs stop drift, stop contradictions, stop the illusion from breaking. They make sure that when someone dives deep into our world, it feels solid. This system prevents contradiction and drift. Without it, you're building on sand. With it, you're building a fortress. Now let's talk about bending ChatGPT, because here's where people really get lost. Everyone wants prompts. Everyone thinks there's a magic sentence that unlocks the secret kingdom. That's bullshit. Prompts don't save you. Philosophy does. The machine doesn't have memory. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't know your rules. You have to beat the rules into it every single time. That's what bending means. We retrain the AI inside the conversation using documents. We don't just say, write a script. We say, this is who we are. These are the characters. These are the rules. This is the tone. This is the hierarchy. We force feed it the system every time, because if you don't, it drifts. Drift is death. Structured overrides are how you force compliance. Think of them like chains on a beast. If you just throw vague ideas at ChatGPT, it wanders off into polite filler nonsense. If you set hard overrides, always TTS optimized, always prioritize documents, one project per task, it can't wander. You're not asking, you're commanding. That's the difference. You also have to push past politeness. ChatGPT was trained to be nice, to be soft, to give you safe little answers. That's poison for creators. We demand precision. We demand the answer we need, not the one it thinks we want. If it hesitates, we hit harder. If it drifts, we pull it back with the rules. No hallucinations, no excuses, no filler. It's not a friend. It's a machine. And machines bend when you break them first. That's why this works. Not because we know some magic spell, but because we run a system, we write the rules, and we enforce them like tyrants. Control over the machine is not given, it's taken. If you don't take it, it will own you. If you do, it becomes your weapon. That's the philosophy. That's how we bend ChatGPT until it screams in our tone instead of its own.
And that's the truth. This isn't a formula you can just steal. It's not a shortcut. It's alive because we bleed into it, because every rule we write comes from scars, from rage, from rebellion. That's what fuels venomous sin. The ritual is ours, but the spark? That can be anyone's if you've got the guts to burn. If you want to go deeper into our world, you know where to find us. venomousin.com. Join our Patreon. Join our YouTube membership. Get behind the curtain because the coven doesn't stop here. And if you don't, then just stay in the shallow end. Keep scrolling, keep consuming slop. But if you're ready to tear the machine apart with us, step in. The fire's waiting.
All right, I'm back, and let me put the venom back into this after all that logic, because here's the thing. People look at what we do and think it's magic, some shortcut, some one-click easy button. They see the finished video, the music, the visuals, the cohesion, and they go, wow, AI makes this so simple. Number, it doesn't. It's the opposite. This is not easy magic. It's rules. It's discipline. It's fucking hard work. And half the time, the AI wants to disobey you like a spoiled brat. Every single shot is a battle. One video shot lasts maybe 5, maybe 10 seconds. That's it. And every one of those seconds has to be fought for, has to be locked down. An entire music video, that's dozens, sometimes hundreds of shots. Do you know what that means? It means if you don't learn to reuse visuals, to loop them, to stitch them together, you'll never finish. You'll drown in the workload. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying because they've never actually done it. AI doesn't bend for you. It bends if you know how to break it first. If you don't set rules, it gives you chaos. If you don't enforce consistency, it gives you drift. If you don't put in the hours, it gives you garbage. That's the reality. So when someone sneers AI slop at us, I laugh, because slop is what happens when you just let the machine run wild. What we do isn't slop, it's engineered rebellion. It's a fortress built from fire, rules, and venom. And if you think you're gonna stroll in here, type a sentence, and spit out venomous sin, forget it. You'll break before the machine does.
If you like the show, hit subscribe, share it to anyone you think should hear it.
If you ever been silenced, manipulated, excluded, we are here for you. We are Venomous Sin.
And Venomous Sin declares war!
You are not alone.